This episode of the Horror Basement is brought to you by Chattanooga, Chattanooga, Tennessee's largest multi-fandom convention. Going on between February 24th through the 26th at the Chattanooga Convention Center and historical Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel. For more information, go check them out at connooga.com. Tennessee Horror News Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Leroy. And as always, we got our local horror expert here, Jim Jams.
Jim Jam here.
We also got a special guest host with us today, Craig from the Half-Assed Horrorcast, and also one of the writers contributing to our website. Correct? Craig?
Hello, everyone. This is Craig.
Craig is here. He's in the house.
It's true. It's all true.
Actually, he's in the basement.
Yeah.
He is in the basement. So, guys, don't forget, Chattanooga's coming up. 24th, 25th, 26th of February.
Yeah.
So, check it out. 10-year anniversary. We're going to have some stuff going on there. And, as usual, check us out on Stitcher Radio. Is it Stitcher Radio?
Yeah. Stitcher Radio, Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube's.
Everywhere, guys. Everywhere. We are everywhere. We try to be everywhere,
Trying to get on iHeartRadio, but apparently that's pretty hard to do.
What are you guys doing out at, is it Chattanooga?
Yeah, Chattanooga.
Yeah. You guys doing panels? Or
Yeah.
Yeah? What kind of panels?
3 panels.
We're doing a
Hot panel.
action panel, indie horror film panel, and then we're showing short horror films.
Nice.
Yeah, the indie short horror films is pretty. It's just actually local indie horror filmmakers.
So they'll all be Tennessee people, pretty much?
Yeah,
Or?
until we show. Did we get D for the movies?
Yeah.
D's out of Canada, and we're gonna have him come in. I don't know if you heard him talk.
Yeah, I did.
Really cool guy.
I forget the title of the movie, but I remember watching
Yeah,
it.
really cool guy.
Yeah.
And when we show, we're going to have him there and talk to him more, so that the people there. But yeah, we try to get a lot of local indie horror filmmakers and let people know, hey, these people are in your backyard.
Right.
And this is what you got going on, with the horror community here. So it should be awesome. Is Dieter coming?
Yeah.
Cool. We're going to be in his movie? Is that him? It's him, ain't it?
Yeah.
He offered us a role in his movie.
Did he?
Remember?
I don't
Was
remember that.
him?
I don't
Yeah, the one in Nashville.
Yeah.
Shot it at Nashville Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember you said he offers us. Said why not be a part of it? We're gonna put him on the spot.
Are you gonna get to play victims? Maybe?
I don't know.
That'd be nice.
But see,
The
Jim
two
Jam, he
die
already
together,
forgot. Yeah,
Hand in hand.
Yeah,
You know,
that'd be
that type
funny.
of thing, yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Big guy scared.
That'd be hilarious. But anyways, guys, we got a good one for you today. We're gonna have Felissa Rose on, so Scream Queen extraordinaire.
Can I call you out right now before we
Yeah.
talk to her? Neither one of these guys has seen Sleepaway Camp. Neither one of them have seen Sleepaway Camp. I guess we're going to be on the down low about that when we actually talk to her. And
Sure.
Yeah.
would
Thanks,
you guys,
Craig.
You'll just pretend that you've seen it as horror experts.
I'm not a horror expert. This guy over
He
here.
calls me a horror expert.
This guy over here is the horror expert.
I'm not either though, because like when people try to throw trivia at me and stuff like that, I'm terrible with names and like all the like little minutia of horror movies. Like I don't remember that stuff. Yeah, it's like broad strokes. I remember that, but yeah.
Well, see, I call you the horror expert because you're the expert out of the two of us.
I got you.
Okay.
So
Who concedes that? All right.
I'm like.
is that a loophole? Can I get that loophole?
Absolutely. No, I'm shocked that you guys don't know, and that's what I was talking about before we started recording. Is I'm kind of like on edge because I don't want you guys to know the spoiler, the big twist to Sleepaway Camp, because it's infamous. It's like something that is like a benchmark of twist in horror movies. So I hate for us to talk about it, and then you guys, as people that love horror, have it ruined for you before you get a chance to see it, like fresh
I'm
eyes.
the type that spoilers don't bother me.
Oh, this is a good one though. Oh man. All right, fair enough. She's pretty on Front Street about it. I think she kind of expects people to know up front because it's a 30-plus-year-old movie, right? So
yeah,
she's pretty like. So we'll see if she reveals it.
That's okay. If she reveals it. It
Right.
doesn't bother me.
Right.
Away we go.
Yeah. All right, guys. So today we have a very special guest. Of course, she's in the movie that's going to be, the big horror movie of this year, Death House, and as everybody would know, Sleepaway Camp. Felissa Rose. Thank you for being here, Felissa. How are you this evening?
Thank you for having me.
So this is, Craig over here, he's a huge Sleepaway Camp fan.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah.
Like, he's the ultimate guy on Sleepaway Camp out of the three of us.
Can I do it? Can I do this? Felissa?
Yes.
These two have never seen Sleepaway Camp.
Oh my God,
They've never seen it. I wanted to I'm writing them out immediately.
Did you hear this? We invited him
That's
here.
it. I have to get off the phone. No kidding.
The messed up thing is we invited him here because he wanted to talk to you, and this is how we get treated.
Oh,
You know what
it's
I'm
all
saying?
good.
But hey, there's something to be said for the new fans, right? Like people that know you from stuff outside of Sleepaway Camp. So that's what these guys represent,
Yeah,
We did watch the infamous last scene right before you called, though. So we got to.
Oh, you did? You watched the last scene?
Yeah, we got that part.
Oh, so you know how my extra special secret, my little something.
I begged them not to watch it. By the way, I didn't want them.
We didn't know you was going to rat us out all
day. I wanted them to see it pure, without knowing the twist. But they insisted before they talked to you to know what the infamous twist is. So they went for it. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you know now. Now it's all out in the open, so we can speak freely.
I was like, so did she have to have something put on her? Or?
No, that's my natural state now. Yeah. The special effects person, Ed French, he made a mask of my face and they put it on an actual boy for the end scene.
There you go.
So.
Okay,
yeah.
so how old were you in that film? Like
I was 13.
Okay, 13 years old. You're on that set, right?
Yeah.
And then over the years, how have things changed with all the sets that you've been on in the horror genre and all these horror films? Like, because I'm sitting there thinking, you're 13 in that film, and then now the Death House coming out here shortly. Is it that much of a difference behind the scenes and on set? Compared, I know technology's different, but is there a big difference from being a kid and being an adult and being on set?
Well, yeah, I do know what you're saying. And, it's funny because we just wrapped a movie a couple of days ago, and the crew and I were talking about how you so quickly become a family. So in that kind of emotional, friendship way, it's the same. But as far as, now being a mature woman and being able to, understand more of what's going on behind the scenes, it's changed. You know what I mean? Like, being a kid, I really just had fun, made the movie, and then went back to my motel room. Whereas now, I'm also producing, so I know the ins and outs of the entire, process. And it's a lot more fun for me now. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, that would be a lot more fun. I mean, because you're on set more often instead of just
do
your scene, hurry up, rush off, and then just, you'd probably pretty much be by yourself, though, if you just ran back to the hotel.
Yeah, and I'm not one to just run back to the hotel. I like to have a lot of fun and get to know everyone. So, it's definitely an adventure.
Oh.
And especially with the most recent films that I've done, it's just been like a lot of the same crew, and I've been working with Harrison Smith, and now I'm working a lot with Entertainment Factory Studios, Rick Finkelstein and Stephen Chase. So it's been really like a group effort. Everybody's just really close friends, and it's just a nice way to work. You feel safe.
Do you think that having an acting background helps you as a producer?
I definitely think it does, because at least I know my way around the set, and now it's just sort of, really understanding the ins and outs of what has to happen and how to create a smooth ride. Maybe if I had just jumped in as a producer, I wouldn't really understand it from the other. I know both aspects, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and I don't know, I just like to keep a positive vibe, and I think that's from being an actress, Most actors, most of my friends who are actors, they don't even know what it takes. Like, they just think you jump on set, you do your thing, and you leave, and it's all good. I mean, they can't get over what it takes when I tell them, like, what the process is, the journey of a producer. I mean, it's soup to nuts, really making everything happen so that, you get a film out of it. It's interesting.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know what a producer does.
Nope.
It's super esoteric. I mean, I don't really understand.
It
And
is.
then you see, as an outsider looking in, you see like 27 producers sometimes, and you kind of wonder.
I seen somewhere where like anybody can be an executive producer, right?
Especially
I agree with that. That's usually the money person. An executive producer is
that's what I was
usually
thinking.
the
Like,
person.
if you're the executive producer, you're not really doing anything.
Right.
Because we get involved in a lot of Kickstarter stuff. And,
Yeah.
I always say that you can you put so much money up, you can get an executive producer credit. So
Yeah, so that's the money. And sometimes we don't even meet the executive producers. But it's really the producers, the co-producers, and the associate producers who are on the ground running, And what that means is they're just usually, you delegate different duties to different producers, like who's in charge of location scouting, catering, crewing up, just every aspect, anything imaginable, permits, insurance. It's the whole entire, project.
So
has to come together via the producers. So,
would it say like?
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I love it because it keeps you crazy busy and on your toes. There's always, you have to figure stuff out at all turns. So, it's great.
So, like as a producer, do one of you have direct involvement with the director? I mean,
oh yeah.
Is it just
I
one
mean,
of
we're
you, or
always
is it like
very,
multiple?
Especially on different projects, obviously the relationships will probably, will change from, from movie to movie. But working with Harrison, I mean, I work very, very closely with him, especially with Death House, we had the PA unit and the LA unit, and myself and a producer by the name of Buzz Wallach, we helped with putting the LA unit together. And like this movie we just wrapped, Garlic and Gunpowder, I was fully on board the entire time, from finding the studio we were filming at in Temecula, California, and just kind of putting all those pieces together. But then you have, the unit production manager and the production coordinator, and everybody has to jump in, and there's a lot of things that go into it in terms of even just paperwork. Like I said, the insurance, the deal memos, it's just a lot. And if you're a union film, it's never ending. So everyone is important and essential to the project, but mainly the producers do work closely with the director in helping get all of his needs met.
That is a lot. That's a whole lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
Wow.
People will never know.
I
It's
don't
like
wanna be
putting
a
a wedding
producer.
together, and you have to do everything.
Well, okay. You mentioned Death House, so let's just get into Death House.
Yeah.
What's your character? Like, are we allowed to know what your character is?
I mean, I have. She's not, essential to the story, but it was a lot of fun because I got to work with Barbara Crampton and Richard Speight Jr. from Supernatural, Cody Longo, Courtney Palm, Lauren Compton, and we, myself, Lauren Compton, and Richard Speight Jr. are sort of these, let's say, not really, not the good doctors. We sort of create an illusion of how everything is working. So it's a really fun time in the movie, and I had a blast. But mainly with Death House, I felt I was producing more than I was acting, it's great. I was happy to act in it because it's like the Super Bowl of horror movies in terms of acting. Look at the cast; it's incredible.
Well, Richard Speight Jr. and when I was looking on your Twitter, and I was going through all your media, and I was like, I know that guy from Supernatural, and he because he was a trickster. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
And I love his character.
Archangel Gabriel.
He's such a good actor. And the way that he did that character, I loved it. And every time I see him, I'm just like, I want to see more of him and see what more he can do. So when I seen that earlier, I was like, hell yeah, he's in Death House. This is awesome.
Because that as a producer, I can say like I introduced Richard to Harrison because Richard and I met 4 years ago at a film festival in Florida, and we became immediate friends because we're both sort of like just like to have fun, and they flew us in together, and we struck this friendship, and it was just amazing. And everything I do, I'm always like, Richard, please be part of this. He's in the Slayer videos that I produced, and he's just a really like one of the nicest, coolest human beings I've ever met. So he is marvelous in Death House, and even Barbara Crampton was like, "Oh, I love him." So we were super happy with with
what
Richard
does he do?
being on board. What's that?
So what does he do in Death House? I want to know.
Oh, he's the lead. He's the lead guy to our crazy doctors.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, the lead crazy doctor.
Because that's the first time we heard this. So I mean, it's good because that's what I'm trying to like in all these podcasts that we do with Death House. Like, my ultimate goal is to get a little bit more information.
Right. I know, everybody.
Even if it's a small bit, can I get a little bit more? Who,
you spoke to Harrison.
Yeah, and Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay Hartley? I love Lindsay.
Yeah, she's
and we were just together
nice.
On Garlic and Gunpowder.
Yeah, that's what she was saying, that she's going to be on that one. And she's super nice, and we try to get some more information out of her, but I stopped it because I was like, well, that might be too much information. I didn't want her to give up anything that she shouldn't have.
She's wonderful in Death House, and she's fantastic in Garlic and Gunpowder. She's a great lady.
Are you going to make more than one film on Death House?
I hope to.
I mean, because like the word on the street is.
Is this a trick question, guys?
Well, the word on the street is like there's going to be multiple films. It's going to branch off.
I think the next one.
Our fingers are crossed.
A prequel, though, ain't it?
Something.
Maybe.
She's not giving it up.
They can spin it out. It can be Death Cottage, Death Apartment, Death Ranch House.
I do believe we will
Country.
see a lot of Death House.
Nice.
I think the story is incredibly profound, and Harrison, in his amazing ability to create these characters and tell these stories, he has a lot more to say. So that's where I'll go with it.
That's it. No,
it's going to be fun.
That's what we was telling Lindsay with her first horror film, and like this film right here, it's like on the map, I guess you would say, as far as horror fans go. This is going to be the biggest film of 2017 to go watch. With the hype, I mean, which we're pushing it, of course, but we want to see it. But this is going to be like the biggest horror film it should be of 2017, and we're hoping that it does great. And with her being in her first horror film, I mean, it's her opportunity to become the horror icon of in her own self.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, obviously you hope and you strive to make something amazing. And obviously just with the cast itself and with Harrison at the helm, I think it is amazing. I've seen the movie, and I think it's spectacular. I mean, it's so unique, and it tells such a great story. And there's a science fiction element, and I'm like, I love science fiction. So it's definitely, to me, one of the best horror movies I've seen as of late. So I hope you guys do too, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean,
you'll know soon enough. It'll be coming.
When's it coming? When's it?
We'll be announcing that very soon.
I can't no answers.
Yeah, it's you know, they're gearing up now. So.
Hell yeah.
You brought up Barbara Crampton, your co-star.
Yes.
And she recently made a lot of waves in the horror community talking about the term Scream Queen. Mm-hmm. And how she didn't really like the moniker that much, that she felt like there wasn't an equivalent for male actors in the horror films, so why would there be one, you know, an equivalent for females, right? And she felt like it was a little bit disparaging, the term Scream Queen. How do you feel about that? Because I feel like in social media, you've kind of embraced it a little bit, so how do you feel about the term Scream Queen?
I mean, you know, and it's funny because it landed on my Facebook page because Frank Dietz, who directed the documentary King Kong, the new documentary about King Kong, he listed my name, and under it said Scream Queen.
Right.
And then the next thing I saw, you know, some messages going back and forth, you know, just saying, well, that's not really like the term that maybe we use today, or, you know, and I can't even explain in this one short conversation that we're having how much love and respect I have for Barbara Crampton. She's become a friend of mine. I love her. And I understand exactly what she's saying. It is a bit on the, you know, played out. It's an old title, you know, back in the day when, I don't know, women were maybe just the victims and screaming, and that's how we came to the title Scream Queen came about. But for me, you know, I have such an odd career because I started as a kid, and then I wasn't heard from for so long, and then I was so happy to be embraced into the horror community that when I was, like, let's say titled Scream Queen, I couldn't get over it that I was even a part of it. You know, so it's just perspective. It's where you come from. And so although I love and respect where Barbara's coming from, for me, I think I was in so late in the game in this genre, you know, acting, that I just thought, wow, to be termed something like that was an honor with people like Barbara Crampton and Jamie Lee Curtis and Adrienne Barbeau and Danielle Harris. You know what I mean? Like, it was just super amazing. But I know now people are saying, well, now anybody can be a Scream Queen. Right. You can just kind of run and yell in a movie and that's it. But I don't feel that way because I think the title is still respected and respectable because we know who's out there working. Like, I don't ever feel like I have to prove anything to anyone except to myself. If I set out to do something, I want to do the best. And if people like it, great. If they don't, at least I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
that's...
And it kind of seems like a little bit of a term of endearment, too, right? Like,
I thought so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was like a beautiful sentiment. Like, you've earned this lovely kind of... Look, I started out playing the monster. So never did I feel like, oh... And I've never... been really like, I mean, Satan's Playground, I've played victim before, but I play monster a lot. So the balance is kind of equal. And I don't know, I just didn't take it like, oh, I'm falling into this kind of, you know, female, you know, I'm inadequate, like, you know, it didn't feel that way to me.
I don't know. When you said falling, I thought that was a pun because, you know, all the all in the trip and fall.
No, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like it was a title, like you're saying, a title of endearment. Like, you've worked this hard, you've been in this many horror movies,
Yeah, for sure.
you're, embraced as a scream queen. We love you.
Like you've
That's
been
how
in,
I saw it.
like you said, you've been in so many horror films, and then it's like, well, you're a scream queen because you've represented the genre so much.
Yes.
Now, if you do one
and,
film, you're not a scream queen.
Right, and and let me tell you something. I did a documentary hosted by Brink Stevens called "Something to Scream About," like maybe 15 years ago, and I remember them calling me a scream queen, and I said, "Oh no. I said I maybe a scream princess, but at that point I hadn't done as many films as I have today, so I didn't feel like I earned that."
Yeah. So that makes more sense.
I think. What's that?
I said that makes more sense because, like,
yeah,
the Scream Princess, like, you've been in enough films, but have you been in enough to be called the queen or a queen?
Right, a scream queen. Like, that seems to be quite the honor. And even today, I'm like, trying to be in the same, lane as, obviously not Jamie Lee Curtis or Danielle Harris or any of the women I've mentioned, but I do feel that I've been in enough horror movies where I could be titled that.
You're definitely on their level, by the way.
Yeah.
As a fan,
Aww,
you definitely I'm not going to let that slide by without a little bit of pushback. So.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
What about if we're talking about an equivalent for men for Scream Queen? How about Holler King?
Oh, that's cool.
So what I want you to do,
that's cool.
Tell some of your male co-stars, like, hey, from now on I'm calling you Holler King, so that there's an equivalent and everything is equal, and we have a term of endearment for both sides of the coin.
That's cool. Well, I don't know if you saw, but Bill Moseley, he responded to Barbara's, message about how it's not like really, her whole idea of being called a scream queen didn't maybe fare well with her. He said, well, horror icon.
Right.
I think he felt he was like kind of, but, I kind of had the same reply to that. I just feel very grateful to be working. And if somebody wants to even call me, if the title was Shithead and it had some kind of a cool, I'm like, I'll take it.
Right.
Like, thank you. You're calling me something,
Absolutely.
So,
yeah,
I
because
don't know. My daughter's sitting here next to me shaking her head like, what are you talking about? I just feel like you should be grateful if you're working in this business. How about that, period?
Well, yeah, granted, especially work for, an extended period of time and continuing to be relevant would seem to be difficult, from an outsider's perspective of Hollywood and being able to do films in general. It just seems it's not that easy.
Oh my gosh, thank you. It is like trying to roller skate to the moon. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard, and that's why I am thankful. And I enjoy, the title or, But again, I do respect Barbara so much, and I understand like her feelings because she wants to. It's also about not just doing horror movies. I think that's what she was trying to say, And from a feminist point of view, perhaps, like, look, we're more than that. We're bigger than that, and that's totally agreeable and understandable. But I'm just saying, I'm happy to just be here and be working in the realm that I'm doing it.
For sure, and I never meant to imply that I would call her a scream queen when she asked not to be called a scream queen. You know what I mean?
Of course. No,
like
I wouldn't call her that either.
By all means,
No.
Oh, no.
No, and to each his own. Look,
right.
I'm about whatever works for you on this journey, go for it. Like, if it works to not be called, don't. If it's okay to call, great. Like, it's just whatever is good for you and it works, that's perfect.
So, getting back, like, with Harrison Smith and Death House, and y'all just wrapped up on Garlic and Gunpowder. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
And you said off
wrapped.
the, whatever, recording that, you really loved your character in that.
I love my character. I have decided that playing these crazy characters are like I'm unrecognizable in the role.
Oh. There you go. Hey, well, that's good though. You got outside the box if you're unrecognizable, correct?
I am like some of the crew didn't know what character I was playing, and I'm in makeup for 4.5 hours.
Oh wow!
So when I walked onto set, they were like, "Who is this actress? Who's working today?" So that was a lot of fun, just playing something completely, different. And it was someone that Harrison knew in his past, and he really wanted that particular woman to be the villain in the movie. And so when they were casting it, he was like, "Well, what about you? What do you think about this?" And I was like, "Please, please, please, I would love to do it." And he's like, "I think you could do it." And at first everybody was like, "No, that's crazy. No way, no way." And then finally they talked to our effects people, Roy, over at Soda Effects, and they said, "Yeah, definitely." And Gage Hubbard, who is on Face Off, he actually applied the makeup. So
is it like more of like a bodysuit, or is it? Are you talking about like bodysuit, or are you going full?
I'm talking head to toe.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, that's good then.
And you know what was cool about playing something like this? It's like as an actor, you always want to like stretch yourself and do something completely creative and different because it's fun and it makes you better. And I spoke to Chris Coppola, who's an amazing actor, and he plays the clown in this movie, and he's just outrageously hilarious. I mean, every time he walked on set, I had to laugh just seeing him because everything he says is so funny. And he was talking to me. He's like, "I know you had a lot of fun, being this character." He said, "The thing is, when you're a character like this, you're completely uninhibited. You never have to think about what you look like. You never have to think about the crazy faces you make or how you say something because you're hidden and you can just do it." And that's been his career. Like he's a character actor. And I just realized, oh my gosh, I want to just be a character actor. I never want to be myself again. It was great fun.
That does seem more fun though. Like a character actor, like you get in that character and like you said, you can do whatever you want. Well, did you use an accent? I
have a different voice. I have a different body, structure and just different pattern in the way, I spoke. Fortunately, they were thrilled with it, and you don't see me at all. In fact, I think if you see the movie, you might not even know that I'm playing that character.
But see, if we can hear an example of the voice, then maybe
I'll let you wait to see.
Okay.
Before Harrison kicks
so you
got to
get into character. You need to be in the full bodysuit, like head to toe.
I have to be in the whole thing.
Yeah. To get that voice out. I didn't know because I didn't know if they would use like a Jersey accent or a New York accent with this.
Maybe she is the mob boss.
Oh yeah,
she has
the
little
Jersey.
So you could just like imagine, oh, my daughter's like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, that's good. Then
so
I like that.
Crazy.
I
so
like that.
I don't know. We'll see. You'll see.
So the Jersey housewife voice?
The Jersey housewife.
I can't tell you. You know what? I had just done, Adam Green did a reading of the Goonies for his charity podcast, and I was fortunate enough to read the Ma Fratelli role.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that was the beginning of my Ma character.
I loved her character. But I was like humongous Goonie fan, like I still am. That was like childhood favorite film, Goonies and Lost Boys. I love that movie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, love both of them.
Yeah, I'd grown up at that time. I love the Lost Boys. That was such a good vampire.
That was
film.
A great movie. Both Corey Feldman movies.
Yeah. Well, see, I guess like him and Corey Haim, and like even with Silver Bullet, like all them, I don't know why, but like I love all them movies. I guess because of the 80s. I guess.
I love them both. They were great.
One question I had, just kind of, since you're at the center of one of the biggest twist endings in horror cinema, right? I was wondering how you felt about spoilers in the age of the internet. Like, what's the etiquette with how long you're supposed to wait before you can openly talk
30
about
years.
a twist ending to a movie?
Wow, that's a great question.
Real quickly, like that movie Split that's out right now, right? Has
I can't wait to see. Don't tell me.
Well, exactly, right? It has a great twist ending, a nice,
Does it?
Yes, if you're a fan of his work, of M. Night Shyamalan's work, you're going to be really pleased with how he ends it. And I've seen people on Twitter that I follow literally post GIF animations of the ending.
Oh, that's
and I'm like, why would you do that? It's still in the theaters, right?
Oh,
That's
that's
so
not
douchey.
okay.
Right.
That's upsetting.
So since you're kind of the authority on this type of thing, on spoilers, right, and twist endings, how do you feel about it?
I think it's absolutely not okay. I don't think it's okay for like years. I mean, I think it, allow an audience to watch a movie fully, and genuinely unknowing. I can't believe there are still people who haven't seen the Sleepaway Camp ending, but I think with a movie like Split, this upsets me because I haven't seen it yet. I hope to see it this week, and I just don't want to know anything about it.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I think people should just keep it to themselves. You can talk about how much you love it, how great the characters are, how anything, but do not give it away. It ruins the experience.
Absolutely.
What does it mean to you to go see a film? It means escape, being completely taken in by a story. If you know the end, it ruins that whole entire, that moment.
See, thank you.
I get furious.
Thank you. You have vindicated me in my feelings, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
We get it, Craig. We get it.
So do you know the ending now to Split?
No, I don't know it, but he's talking about Sleepaway Camp. He's rubbing it in on us.
Oh yeah.
We invite him over this one time, and this is what
I mean, come on, Sleepaway Camp. It's been like 35 years.
Right.
I think we're okay.
Right.
But Split, give it a minute.
There's definitely no way that I wouldn't want to know the ending, because what was the movie like? I See Dead People.
That's
I know.
The
Sixth Sense. Conan O'Brien, they ruined that movie for me. He's like, oh yeah, the kid's he's dead. Spoiler alert! I was young at that time.
Oh, so this was like when it was still in.
Yeah, when it was still in theaters.
Right.
If you haven't seen this, spoiler alert, he's dead. I was like, what the?
Oh no!
Which is a comedy show,
That's
in which
crazy.
it might have been even a year or two later, but I still, I was just like, wow.
But even that,
That ruined that whole
to
movie
hear
for
that.
me. I was just like, damn,
Yeah.
that sucks. It'd be like if somebody told you what Fight Club was. Like, I don't know if you've seen Fight Club, Jim Jam, but
Yeah, you should be able to go into a movie without even knowing there's a twist, really. But that would be the ideal way.
Exactly.
So,
I agree with that.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that sucks.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, just kind of tying back into Sleepaway Camp, do you think that, how remakes are, all the rage and they're still kind of petering out, right? Do you think that Sleepaway Camp could even get made in today's cultural climate with how everything's kind of politically correct and we kind of have a PC culture right now? Do you think something as kind of difficult as Sleepaway Camp, some of its politics, do you think it could get made nowadays?
I think it could get made. I think I've heard some really impressive ideas about how it could be remade and still strike a chord with a new audience and be, authentically surprising.
Right.
Obviously, I think an audience would still go in wondering what the surprise is,
Definitely.
But I've heard a few ideas, and I think that they're definitely amazing. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Sleepaway Camp is like the last of the Mohicans here. I don't know. I would love to see it be remade, just in terms of bringing it to new generations, a new audience.
Okay.
You know, it's been so long. Like we said, 35 years now.
When we
We're
say
going on-
remade, are we saying step for step, or are we saying kind of like it?
A reimagining.
Yeah, I mean, is that what we're saying?
You know, I correct me if I'm wrong. I always thought remade meant the same movie done again today.
Okay, I could see that, but like when you see the people take their different take on the movie and they call it a reboot or whatever you want to.
Yeah, or reimagining.
And then they kind of ruin it.
Installment.
I
don't know. I think there have been a lot of these things being thrown around with Sleepaway Camp, and I'm not sure what the final, what it's going to come to. I'm not really sure where we're at. It's every day something different. Like, well, let's do it this way. Let's have it that way. So it's kind of in limbo right now, but I know because so many people want it to, see the light of day that it will happen. I just don't know how.
Okay, so like, would it have the same twist ending, or would it be, because if it's remade, would it not have the same ending, or do you think that it would be different?
I think that it would be. It's hard for me to say because I don't really want to give anything away.
Somewhat the same.
I think so many secrets on this podcast.
That's what we're trying to get.
We will remake it, and there will be more secrets. How about that?
Nice.
That sounds good.
So you would want to be directly involved? As
what's your part going to be?
I would love to be directly involved. I'd love to be a producer on it. I'd love to act in it. I mean, I'm always throwing myself. If it's Sleepaway Camp, I kind of feel like,
I think you'd have to be in it, like if you.
I said I'd love to play Aunt Martha.
Oh, there you go. That's choice. That's choice casting. That's good. That's good. Everyone would like that. That would be perfect. Yeah.
See,
I just think it would be crazy fun, right?
Yeah. Would you do it just down to the T with like? The
and I'd love my
and...
daughter. I'd love my daughter Bianca to play Angela, because she's acting now. She was in Tales of Halloween,
right?
And she's the right age. She's turning 12. I was 12 when I auditioned.
Oh, so this is going to happen within the next year, is what you're saying?
Wouldn't this be great?
I mean,
I would love
you just
to see
said
her.
You got to fast track it so she can be Angela. Yeah.
I know. I have to really in the next year, it has to be in production.
Yeah.
Hey, Harrison Smith direct.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. Like something like that. And even with Harrison, like we've talked about it, we're trying to see how we can get it going. So who knows? Hopefully sooner than later.
Exclusive on Tennessee Horror News Podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Exclusive to the Horror Basement. It's happening within a year, guys. It's
It's because of you guys. That's right.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time.
It's been so fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been actually a really great time.
This is great.
You also you followed me on Twitter today, so I appreciate that as well.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. I did. Yeah.
I was stoked. It actually made me late for this because I was like showing people and everything. So
that's awesome. Aww.
He may be a super duper stalker.
I remember because you was it about Adam Green?
Yes.
Scary Sleepover.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I
oh my gosh.
I went down the well last night of watching a bunch of those, because I never stumbled on, I'd never heard of them, and I thought they were fantastic.
Oh, so. Are you talking?
It's almost like a.
What's the group that does that though?
Ariscope.
Yeah, Ariscope. Yeah, they have some good short films.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
That's what Adam Green noticed me tweeting about it, and he mentioned, to check out some of the other programming.
Yes,
they have and everything.
yes, they have some good short films. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
because I've watched a few of them. I do know what you're talking about. Jim over here.
Adam is amazing. I love him, and I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, they're really good over there. But
so great. When he called me in to do that, I was like, I was flipping out, and. And what you see is exactly what happened. It was a great time. It was really fun.
It was really cool to watch, yeah.
See, I gotta watch some more.
All of them are great, and he really gets people to open up and talk. You know, it's very insightful.
For sure.
So we had a blast.
All right. Well, Felissa, we appreciate you being here, taking the time out talking to us. I mean,
thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And if you just give us that release date for Death House, we'll be on our way. No,
we'll be on our way. That's right. I'll be tweeting you as soon as I know.
No, I'm just...
Aw, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Have a great night.
You too. Thank
you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hello.
She said hello. All right, guys. So that was Felissa Rose. What an amazing interview. What an amazing woman. Very nice.
For sure.
Are you guys upset with me?
No.
That made for
Dick.
I couldn't help it. As soon as it started, I was like, I gotta do it.
I mean,
I have to dislike.
Like, sells us out. Welcome to the War Basement, Craig.
By the way.
No, that's all right. It makes it better. And so, like, with her and everything that she's doing, I guess, what's her Twitter handle? God, we should have got her all of her Twitter and her Instagrams and at Felissa Rose, ain't it?
Let me double check.
At Felissa, what's that? /Rose?
Underscore, yeah.
At Felissa_Rose. Follow her on Twitter.
Speaking of that, she had to follow Tennessee Horror News. I'm about to.
What?
Yeah, I'm about to.
What?
I made the cut before you guys did. Boom!
But the Aeroscope thing, like, I've been following them. They did the 20 Seconds to Die, right? Is that what it was, Jim Jam?
I'm not sure. No.
You remember them films?
Yeah, I remember them.
Have you watched them short films?
No, Adam Green made it sound like I was insane for not having heard of any of it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I've never heard of this show, you know, and...
They did, like, 20 Seconds to Live, or like, that's how I got onto them on YouTube. Like, I follow them on YouTube, and they had all these, like, little shorts, and there's like a minute or something.
Yeah.
And really good. But you ought to see the Halloween one, where the pumpkin talks.
Okay.
Oh,
no, I told him I would.
Dude,
I would
hilarious!
Look at some of it. Yeah,
oh my god, hilarious! I'm pretty sure it's Aeroscope that did it. But during Halloween, they did the one where the pumpkin talked and it was alive. And Sid Haig did part of the voice of the pumpkin.
Nice.
And dude, I fucking laughed. So fuck you, Bill, or Bobby. His name was Robert. My name's Robert. Whatever, Bobby. You know, oh dude, it was good. It was good. Anyways, get off track here. So. Special guest Craig. We had, half-ass horror
King Craig. Yes.
You should rename your Twitter.
Shout out all your following. Like, where you at?
I'm on Twitter. I'm at 4ColorCraig. We have the podcast handle on Instagram is at half-assed horrorcast. And on Twitter we're at HA Horrorcast. So you can find us all those places.
See, guys, so, like I say, he does a lot of writing for us, and he does a really good job. I try to get Jim Jam to give him more stuff to do, especially now. Like, he's going to have a lot of fucking movies to review, and they're going to be shitty movies.
I enjoy it.
No, they're going to be like shitty movies.
I can enjoy some cheese.
No, so. Morbid was a good... I like Morbid.
Speaking of that, make sure you give that to him for
me. Yeah, I like that movie. I actually thought it was fun.
Have you reviewed it for the site?
No. Because I'm not a good movie reviewer, writing, typing. But in my opinion, I liked it, but Jim Jam over here, it was okay.
I guess I went into it thinking serious.
No. But Chuck Connery, he's going to actually be on our panel at Connecticut, right?
Yeah, he's actually filming a movie right now.
Yeah, so I mean, $500.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you put it in the context of how low budget it is.
Yeah, like, and one of his actors was an amateur wrestler, and I knew it from the get-go.
Like his delivery and.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who it is because I'm hoping you're getting that movie. And I'm not saying you got to write a review. I just want you to watch it and see what you think of it.
No,
but
fair enough. It's
what else?
Right.
Yeah. Well, nah. I don't think it's that bad. It's like an hour and a half.
Right.
It's not going to kill. It's not that. What's 90 minutes? But, so, where are we going with this, Jim Jam?
I'm going to Connecticut.
Connooga. Again.
You should come.
I have to work, unfortunately. Have a civil servant schedule, so I'm working that weekend.
Whatever. I took that weekend off. Anyways, so yeah, Connooga. Shoot, it's gonna be. I think it's only $60 for 3 days.
Is it really?
Yeah,
great.
$60 for 3 days.
Multi-fandom, and then the Saturday night party, open bar.
Open bar.
Yeah,
How much you got paid for the open bar?
It's in
No
your
way.
No, I swear, that's what he told me.
No fucking
It's
way.
included in the ticket price.
No way. Don't believe it. I'm bringing my own liquor. I mean, it really doesn't matter. There's no way they're gonna. No way.
That's what he told me.
Maybe for us, but I just can't see open bar for everyone that attends. That's a lot of fucking alcohol.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I don't know if Craig drinks over here, but you drink, Craig?
I'm a avid drinker.
Avid. Is that like? Are you a beer snob?
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know anything about liquor or beer or any of that stuff, so I don't care. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. But anyway, so we got off track again. Connooga, definitely check it out because it's not just horror, which is going to be the one side of it, and the horror track is going to be huge this year.
Just for reference, I just now realized we were still doing the podcast.
Yeah,
I thought we were just talking like normal.
No,
I didn't understand that we were supposed to be entertaining right now.
You're not.
I would have been on. I'm not on right now. I let the guard down, and I'm trying to be.
Wow.
I'll bring it back up. Holler King.
I'm not even on right
back.
now. This is just we're just talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
usually do that.
The Holler King is back. He's got his character. Dick Craig is back. No. But,
I was trying to protect you from learning a spoiler that's really important, and it's a big deal in the horror community. But you guys blew it.
But anyway, so we're getting so off track here.
Connooga,
10-year anniversary. It's going to be fun. We're going to be there. And
you guys are going to be balling at Connooga.
Actually, we are.
Open
and
bar.
of course, we're going to have probably cups to give away. Some, maybe a couple of shirts.
Did I send you a cup?
Yes, I got 2 cups.
Maybe a couple of shirts. Maybe we'll see. Maybe one shirt. One
person.
One
can wear
You
shirt.
should bring one of those t-shirt guns. And
I
shoot
have to
just
buy
one.
that.
Just shoot one. That's all.
I'm gonna spend $600 for one
Just shoot
shirt.
One out there.
But the
They
funny
just
thing
walk
is,
off.
though, is I'll just point it down right at the first person in the first row. Just bam!
Put them in intensive care for a t-shirt.
Who wants that shirt? Well, he's knocked out. He don't get it. Bitch, you don't get that shit. You didn't survive. Load it back. You stand up.
And then it'll be just me doing the podcast because Johnny will be going to jail.
No, but that's what we'll do, though. We'll put one shirt in, and if you can survive the blast of the face, you get to keep the shirt.
You may not be in jail that long for that. That would be a pretty good street cred when he comes back.
Yeah.
To the podcast. There you go.
I got assault for t-shirt cannon.
3 months later, Johnny's back finally. He's on probation though.
You have a few horror stories of your own.
I'm doing the horror podcast from the jail.
Calling him up on the
You only got 5 seconds left. Beep.
Get off the phone, bitch.
Yeah.
You guys are smuggling microphones in your butts and
Oh,
passing
God.
them.
This escalated, guys. This just escalated. All right, so check us out on all the social media stuff.
Everything be in the description.
But thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Craig.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. We had a good time. This is a really long podcast.
I got a lot of
Sucks for Jim Jam. So,
Bye, everyone.
peace. Hey guys, Jim Jam's not wearing that TV today. We did shit on it. You won't even hear. Does that make fun of you?